Why wouldn't this be it? Even the drums that start at this point are a Lovecraft reference. The vile playing of drums is associated with one of the grand cosmic outer gods in Lovecraftian mythos. And you might be thinking, all right, Taliesin, that one's a bit of a stretch. But do you still think it's a stretch when I tell you that outer god's name is Azathoth? And it's that incomprehensible scale which Blizz is getting right here. And that's why I'm so hopeful. These images of the vast tentacles weaving through these huge, ancient, silent columns in the sleeping city of Nyalotha walk only mad things are mind-blowing, and Ashara is suitably impressed as she utters, she clearly wants some of this, but even in this situation where she's seeing things no living creature was ever meant to see, she gathers herself remarkably quickly, and you can see an idea spring up in her head as she says,
No.
Yes, fresh from the forced cancellation of her engagement to Sargeras and total destruction of her city and empire, she's now playing hardball with N'Zoth. This is a bold move, and N'Zoth does not take it well, or at least he doesn't seem to take it well. As Ashara essentially says, listen, Squid Boy, either we do it my way with me as queen, or you kill me, and you...
The god of nothing.
And there's that word again. Varian is the king who sacrificed his life for nothing. Sylvanas told Anduin that he had won nothing, and now here. It's almost like nothing is important. What's another word for nothing? N'Zoth cries out and disappears back into the darkness, and we have this amazing close-up sequence of Ashara's face. Because at the start, she's obviously pretty pleased with how she's handled these negotiations and is waiting for a triumphant response. And waiting, and waiting. Oh, and actually, there's just one thing missing. That's better. And the art here is amazing because with the minimum of animation, they really capture her slow panic as it suddenly occurs to her that she may well have overplayed her hand a little bit. And the silence and the loneliness is just exquisite. Before the crashing noise and violence of the transformative body horror, which is another chapter of the Lovecraft playbook, as these dark, cosmic forces twist and break and reform her, and you can see her golden eyes almost being burned from her, because despite how in control she thinks she isn't her Ashara anymore. That defining feature, characteristic, is disappearing, and as the music of the drums swells, we get, for me, what is the money shot. The outline of the deformed, terrible new Ashara against the darkness is suddenly silhouetted in the bright red glow of, yes, an eye, and there is so much going on here. The obvious reference is to Ashara in the womb, being reborn in her new master's image. For me, there's a slight suggestion of Hakan, but also this scene from Atlantis, the Lost Kingdom, which is another reason why I think this is actually Nyalotha we're seeing here, as it's a lost, sunken kingdom. But most of all, it's just awesome because of how big this means N'Zoth is. This is the size of one eye, and we know he's got lots of eyes. This thing is absolutely incomprehensible levels of huge. And yes, please, I like incomprehensible when it comes to old gods. And as he bellows, arise, Kerrigan, arise, Ashara, we see that she has a few new eyes herself, and a brand new shiny crown of eyes and tentacles. And if you still don't think Nyalotha is actually there, then what is this city reflected in the giant eye here? This pupil, which is like the sun radiating its light on these new people. The former Highborn, who are now Naga, so new that they haven't even had time to grow their third and fourth arms yet. And Ashara's having a gay old time because she thinks she's won, but her eyes and the eyes of her people now glow with that red of N'Zoth. I certainly don't think N'Zoth was as angry or upset as he made out. The drowned god's heart is black as ice. But I think we can all agree that this is... Now, bearing in mind all of this happened 10,000 years ago, as an employer, I wouldn't blame N'Zoth if he's starting to wonder exactly why Ashara is taking so long to build the empire. But anyway, it certainly looks like all of this is going to be very, very important to the story going forward, doesn't it? And although Blizzard didn't actually announce 8.1 or the next raid after Uldir at Gamescom, they kind of didn't need to, because as a statement, this works pretty well. This is the future of Battle for Azeroth, beyond the faction war and going into something much, much bigger. It's got me thinking, surely we can't kill Ashara in the 8.1 raid as everyone expects. Surely after this kind of introduction, we need more from her than a second tier raid on the way to frying bigger fish, but it does seem pretty inevitable that there will be maybe an actual underwater Naga-themed raid coming soon, probably set in Nazjatar, which is the city they built for themselves over the last 10,000 years. I guess we'll find out at BlizzCon, but what this cinematic has really done is whet my appetite for more old gods. And the thing is, I've got a feeling that Blizzard fully intend to appease that appetite. In the Call of Cthulhu, part of R'lyeh is raised to the surface and Cthulhu is accidentally temporarily released. That surely has to be where the story is heading with N'Zoth and Ny'alotha. We've already had hints at what that might be like with those weird quests you get along the coast of Stormsong, with its Lovecraftian quest giver, Madness Bar, and Dark Souls references. A whole raid, a whole patch of a R'lyeh type island where the angles and geometry make no sense, and where Blizzard found ways to make the player uncomfortable that went beyond tentacle-faced mobs to kill on world quests would be mind-blowing. It's a big ask, but after seeing some of the aesthetics they've chosen to go with here, my hopes, maybe for the first time, are very high. There's a lot more to be said about all of this, and we will in the coming weeks and months, I'm sure. But for now, we should probably look at some actual news.
Hey, how's your Battle of Azeroth experience so far? You got to max level? How's your rep grinding coming on so far?
Yeah.
I only ask because, you know...
That's why, because you're in the AFK channel, fool. Oh, got nothing to say.
Oh, I was saying a lot, actually. My mic was muted, so kiss my ass.
I should have let that tank die.
Yep, I would have. But to be fair, that was me there for a while, too, just running out there. And when we were trying to get that trinket, we just chain pulled the T-Rex and just said, fuck everybody else.
Well, I mean, I had 0 mana because
changing spec
from Guardian. Yeah.
My DPS is pretty craptastic.
I mean, that dude was pulling the mob while I was still changing specs. And he's probably going to chain pull the boss, too. That was a really fast queue.
This one that we just got for this dungeon?
Yeah.
It's just a leveling thing, and you're here, so what do you expect? I don't know what my proper rotation is.
Probably not the one you're doing.
It could be, dickhead.
Me not judging by how crap that is to get it.
I tear you apart.
I mean, that could be interrupted. Toxic Elite can't, but Noxus Stench can.
You die with me.
Yeah, you die with him! Well, my DPS isn't bad now, dickhead.
Master, gonna build.
That was so hard, guys. Oh my god.
Come on, give me an upgrade, you fucking dicks.
I wanted this trinket in Mythic.
Well, you got it in regular, so you should be very pleased.
I mean, I could give it to you. It's 310 with intellect on it. I mean,
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's a healing trinket.
Pop open. What? No. My DPS is bad enough. I don't need to be fucking polyed. Jesus.
I had just dispelled the other guy. It hit you.
Fuck them.
I'll save my dispel for you then.
Yeah. Make me look better. Pad the meters, bro. Help me pad those meters.
Word.
Hell yeah. What? Hit the fucking lever. There you go. God damn it. Oh, sweet. Butt sex time. Slip it in. Slip it in!
Consider it slipped in.
Mm.
Nobody's
gonna interrupt it. Nobody's gonna fucking interrupt that. I don't have an interrupt. I'm a goddamn warlock.
Warlocks have an interrupt?
What? No, I don't.
Yeah, our warlocks in that run we were using them. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what the fuck it is either, so have them let me know. There's my interrupt.
I got you, fam.
I've got Mortal Coil. Does that work?
I don't know.
He's gonna pull the fuck... This dude's an idiot.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we pulled that like the first few times we went through this.
Yeah, but it's not week 1.
It's week 2.
Yeah, you should know.
Lots
now.
of people are just now starting to play again.
Oh, shut up. Don't make excuses for this shitty tank, okay? God damn it. Be a nice, caring individual. What happened to the fucking... Oh, Lord. Yep, I saw that shit coming, you fucking asshole.
Bro, I already had hots on. You're good.
No, my DPS.
I can't let you die. We gotta pad the meter. Gotta pad the meters, you know?
Exactly. Ah, get it. Look at my awesome deeps, bro. I'm doing so
I know. It's like almost as good as the tank.
I don't like you anymore. Where's he go? What? Why did we pull that?
I guess we're gonna go over here now. Want to just go without him?
Could do that. You want me to pull him over there?
If the rest of the group followed us, I'm pretty sure we could do the other boss without a tank.
Are my numbers good yet?
I mean, they're getting there.
Beat the rogue, barely. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be using the fucking imp, bro. I thought you were. But, you know. Who knows? Oh, I beat the rogue.
When I see people with imps, I see lots of imps.
Well, that's because they're demonology, so yeah, I must be doing something wrong. Whatever.
He's gonna take him right here, so that way neither side of this pillar is line of sight.
Yeah.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
I mean, I avoided it. Why couldn't you?
What the fuck just happened to me? How did I reappear over here? Did you see that?
I mean, I just saw you standing there.
I got fucking teleported over here. God damn it! Right on the corner! Somebody dispelled me, so that's promising. I don't know who did that.
Yellow.
That's good. Loa. I did not want that, well, anything. Actually, it wasn't an upgrade. How about that? We killed that asshole, right? Yeah. Nothing there is an upgrade. How is nothing in this dungeon an upgrade? Nothing. A trinket. A trinket would be an upgrade. That's it.
I gave you a trinket.
Yeah, but I can't equip that.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand on quick trash pulls like that being at the bottom, because my dots take time. But that dude said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go early."
Sorry.
I'm just letting you know. It's my way of saying I can't understand you, so if I don't respond, that's why. Oh, boo!
Is it sad that I have iron skin at this
Oh,
point,
there you go.
just because I'm lazy to heal?
This guy just said, "Fuck the ads. I don't even care about ads."
Because I'm lagging out.
Asshole.
Power flows through me.
Now you can heal through that. I'm gonna stay right here. Too busy doing insane deeps.
You do not belong here. The pools must be cleansed.
My
I got a fucking wand.
I
got a fucking wand.
You little Harry Potter faggot.
Oh, I'm not using it. That barely hurts. You go to heroic or mythic, and that will kill you.
You made it harder than I thought, but I will still.
Oh, maybe it's because I haven't picked any talents yet. I'm just kidding. I've picked them all. I just thought that'd make you laugh.
It did.
All right, come on, Trinket. Come on, Trinket. Let's go, Trinket. Uh-huh. Let's drop it. I don't have my cooldown. I don't have any of my cooldowns, bro.
And we're missing someone, I think.
He don't care. He's a badass Death Knight tank, bro.
Beware.
What a waste, John, you fucking idiot. I think I'm just supposed to spam Shadow Bolt. I'm not really sure what I do here. What do you want, fucking
Just
spider?
Beware.
You could just eat it. I don't care. Had the meter, baby.
Trying. Oh, get that one off! There we go. That got some good deeps on it. Yeah, I was number 3 that time. I'm fucking good at this game. Shit! That'd be an upgrade. Let me wear that. Oh, man. I was hoping to get some good gear, make leveling easier.
Sorry, bro.
It's all good, bro. Ow, that hurt. That hurt. That hurt. That hurt. That hurt. Okay. Hey, I did level up, though, so thanks for that. That was fun.
Sweet.
Yeah, super sweet. I'm 113. Gosh, look at me. I'm so good at this game.
So good.
So good, so good. I don't remember if the... I don't think it gave us anything. I don't think there's any reason to go do that. The war thing. I don't know if it's worth doing or starting on this guy.
The war campaign?
Yeah.
Damn it, I keep forgetting to go over to King's Rest on my shaman and see if I can get in.
Oh, see if it
It's
Let me know.
easier to do borderless because it's just where you port.
Right.
I'll check it here in a second.
See if it's even edgeable.
Well, first I gotta knock out the Champions dailies.
Yeah, you do. You better hurry up about those too. Shit.
Don't forget that you need that 7th Legion and.
Well, I'm not gonna
Honor
want to do
Guard
them when I get back to the room. That's when I run stuff.
Do you want something?
Well, since they're rep based, I can't buy from a rep dealer. So I would imagine you probably can't get in.
Yeah, but I mean, in the past, unlocks like that have transferred, while reputation vendors have not.
Oh, definitely try.
I hope so, because if not, I'm.
And I didn't get any of that.
I said, fuck that.
There you go. That's better. I really need to take
Go
the
for
time to fix my
18.
ice hood.
To go from 18 to effect power.
Damn, bro. Hey, you see the flight path right there at the Great Seal?
Mm-hmm.
I went from there to where I'm at with one glider. That's pretty fucking far.
I can't even see. I can't see.
Well, zoom out, don't zoom in. You gotta look at
There
all.
it is. Nice.
Hey, that's not bad for, what does that cost me?
To find your dot.
Fucking go up. What are you doing? Ugh.
So I drank a poison yesterday on the game. Zanzil slow poison.
And?
It will kill you. It will kill you in 7 days, and it's completely incurable.
That's fun.
I found it amusing. That's why I drank it.
Oh,
And
okay.
sure enough, I have a debuff on Zanzil's Embrace that says completely incurable with 7 days remaining.
Interesting. Yay! You do not have the flight whistle for... What? You don't have it for this zone. What the shit? How did I unlock it for this zone? It's not even something I realized that I fucking did.
All the way to Exalted to unlock your Dark Iron Dwarves and Magar Orc allied races. I mean, there's no rush, obviously. Take your time. It's not a race. But just so you know, if it were a race, then you've totally lost, because there are people who are already hitting Exalted, completing their war campaigns, and getting their hands on them. I mean, Alliance players anyway, because their wanted quests actually gave them reputation. And of course that OP human racial helps a lot too. So you won't see any Magar orcs for a day or two, but next time you log in, there might well be a few glowing red beards smoking around Borealis. Actually, it looked for a moment that players had completed the requirements so quickly that it even took Blizzard by surprise, as they still had beta locks on the recruitment quest line in place, which meant that you couldn't actually start the process of unlocking them. That's been fixed now, and the recruitment scenarios are a bit more substantial than for previous allied races too. Still no word on when Kultiran humans or Zandalari trolls will become available. I guess that'll be a BlizzCon thing. I mean, I've literally had the leadership of Kultiras kneeling in front of me and pledging their allegiance to my cause after Jaina and I saved their whole civilization, but apparently that's not enough. Apparently there's something else I have to do first, and look, I don't want to cause shit or anything, but if that recruitment scenario doesn't involve getting on a boat with Rosaline and killing a big-ass squid, then honestly, I don't know why Blizzard are even bothering at this point. Actually, now I think about it, I don't even need the full allied race, just Rosaline. I basically just want to be Rosaline. And there were some really great fresh discoveries in-game this week too, because the WoW Secrets Finding Discord have been finding some awesome stuff, which appears to be just the tip of a new awesome stuff iceberg. It all started with the discovery of a hidden note atop the Citadel by the Heart of Darkness in the center of Nazmir. A note which said simply, "Begin at the beginning," marking the start of a quest that sends you back to the Broken Isles and all over Zandalar and Kultiras and even beyond, before we discover what it is we've even been looking for. Baal, the moody dark goat who bears just the slightest passing resemblance to Chris Metzen. When you finally find Baal, he's impossible to defeat, unless, and this is where it gets really good, you summon Una. Yes, remember that sad little Draenei girl spirit that we told you months ago to get in Argus? Yes, that Una, who will weaken him and make him defeatable, and congratulations, because you now have the coolest pet in the game, because, and this is where it gets really, really good, Baal is a walking, talking, milkable puzzle box of Yogg Saron. The first thing he says when you summon him is, "Souls feast on endless shrieking. In darkness they writhe and scream. You will join them together forevermore," with certain letters capitalized, which form an anagram of seek knowledge, which should be familiar to regular viewers of this show, because it's a riddle we featured and solved months ago without even knowing what it was. Because here's the amazing thing. Once you have Baal, it seems he is the start point for what might be multiple other secret treasure hunts. One has already been solved by the secret finding community to uncover the Waste of Time transmog belt. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, didn't the Waste of Time used to have a hilariously inappropriate swinging pendulum hanging from it? And yes, when it was first data mined, it certainly did. But alas, not anymore. Because apparently telling someone you've been tasting their essence without consent is an absolutely fine thing to do, but a giant phallic timepiece crosses some Blizzard decency line. Or perhaps you need to find the hilarious pendulum at the end of another treasure hunt. Because now we've established that Baal is the secret quest starting pet of choice, who's to say he can't start a new hunt anytime the devs feel like it? And of course, if you want to get a hold of the Waste of Time, Una, Baal, and all of the future secrets that he might reveal, then we'd really recommend the extremely detailed, exhaustive Wowhead guides, which we've linked in the description. And finally, to Thursday's Q&A with Ian and Lore, in which the dynamic duo wore matching t-shirts like an old couple on a package cruise holiday, and Lore wore a hat indoors because he's clearly some kind of feral thug. Have I been in the UK too long? I've probably been in the UK too long. Now, I know people like to make fun of these Q&As a bit, including us, it's true, but honestly, I think they're so important. And yeah, sometimes it's not all that illuminating, but then other times, like this time, it can be really insightful and really help explain the team's thinking behind a lot of their decisions. I love how seriously Ian takes every question.
What's going on with the world scaling?
Well, so just take off your Heart of Azeroth, put it in the bank, and then everything is fixed. Moving on. Sorry.
Okay, look, he takes them all seriously eventually, okay? I like him, and I trust him, and I'm glad he's in charge of this game that I play literally every day. So this week he came out and said that they got it wrong with Azurite armor being non-tradable, and that from now on it would be, with the same rules applying as to any other gear. You must own another piece of gear in that slot with equal or higher item level. This makes sense and kind of helps clarify the role that Azurite armor even plays. It has much more in common with trinkets than, say, Legion legendaries, and so can be traded as such. We also learned that artifact knowledge will start increasing at the next reset. Yes, the catch-up has already begun, boys. It works a little bit differently in BFA to how it was in Legion. Instead of artifact power you gain from Azurite being worth more, you will instead just need less of it for each new level. So the world quest that gives you 100 AP now will still give you 100 AP next year, not 16 million AP. I think we can all agree that's a more elegant fix. And of course you don't have to do anything to affect this change, it's all gonna happen automatically when you log in next week. We learned about changes to auction house deposits intended to discourage those 1,000 stacks of one posters who are basically the worst human beings on earth, that we should expect some new Goblin and Morgan models soon. The main topic of conversation for Ian this week, though, was mob scaling. And if you think I'm going anywhere near that, then you've got another thing coming. Taliesin.
Actually, we're not going to talk about it too much because it has been a topic of conversation this week, but it's a subject we've covered on this show in depth before, and with the things Blizzard have said on the subject in the Q&A and in the blue post since, I really don't think it needs too much more attention because this episode is already about 5 hours long. So here is this story in a nutshell. Basically, some players noticed that the eye level scaling that was in place in Legion is also in place in BFA. Why anyone would be surprised at that is unclear, but what it means is, once you hit max level and start growing in power, mobs in the outside world will also start to grow in power, or rather, just health. They never do more damage, scaling relative to your growing eye level. Importantly, they don't scale at the same rate as your eye level, so over the course of an expansion, you will still massively outgear these mobs and completely crush them, but you won't outgear them quite as quickly as you would, say, a heroic dungeon where the mob health is fixed. Luckily, the community remembered all this from last time we had this debate, and no, it was a shit show, obviously. I love how my eye level gets higher and mobs get harder. RPGs are about growth and progress. Max level scaling works directly against that. Look, I told you this was the short version this week, but these are two quotes I take specific issue with because they show a willful misunderstanding of the mechanic at play. So if you agree with these two statements, then please bear in mind what I'm about to say isn't apologizing for Blizzard, it's not fanboying, it's not trying to put a positive slant on things, it's explaining to you something that you have misunderstood. And also, Zach, you owe Pilav $500, okay? Anyway, mobs do not get harder as your eye level gets higher. Think of this as a comparison. If I have longer legs than someone, and every time I take a step forward, I travel 2 meters, and every time they take a step forward, they travel 1 meter, then even though we're both moving at the same time, I'm getting further and further away from that diminutive short ass with every step we take. And that's the principle behind mob scaling at max level. Mobs do get easier to kill as your eye level goes up, and the statistics Blizzard shared with us this week prove that. A 120 player in 330 gear is killing World Quest foes 40% faster than a 120 in 280 gear. So the statement, max level scaling works directly against that, is also just objectively false. Because clearly, if a player with 18% higher eye level is killing mobs 40% quicker, then whatever scaling exists definitely isn't working directly against that, is it? All that proves is that you don't really understand how the scaling works. And yes, there are a couple of very specific thresholds where banking some items would help you kill mobs a few seconds quicker, but let's be honest, in the time it's going to take you to keep traveling to a bank and equipping or unequipping those items, it would have been quicker to have just kept playing and got through the threshold. You can't spend 10 years saying, oh, I want world content to stay more relevant, and then cry because you can't one-shot world mobs in week 3 of a new expansion. If you want an in-depth and surprisingly rational reasoning behind its implementation in the first place, then honestly, I think Ian knocks it out of the park in the Q&A and subsequent blue posts. So I really think you should check those out. We'll link them below. And I'm purposely trying not to get into my personal opinions about this because those are just the facts. But if you do want a more philosophical argument, how's this? I'm not actually gearing to make world mobs easier to kill. The reason I'm gearing is so I can do harder dungeon and raid content, which is the same reason I've always wanted better gear at max level in WoW, and which is completely unaffected by scaling anyway. And look what you've done. Look how long you've made this video now. Do you know when we started making that episode?
I don't know. I'm just
5
hungry.
years ago. 5 years ago we started making that. I was younger. Now I'm retired. It's new, we've had 2 new expansions since we started making this video. It's the longest video in the world. I'm really sorry about that. It was all. I think that's the last time we're going to put Taliesin talks.
Yeah, let's not
in one of the
do
videos.
that.
It was stupid. It's a stupid idea. It was your worst idea ever.
Yeah.
I'm never listening to your stupid ideas again.
Because that one was mine.
The thing is, it's such a long episode. We might as well. It doesn't even matter. We might as well talk now. We might as well set a record. Why not? You've hit 120.
Yes, I have.
How's that going for you?
It was great.
On Alliance side, 'cause
Yeah.
I've been doing the Horde this week. Look, that's why we've got the
I
Horde
see.
medallion up. That's how we like it. You know,
Yeah.
because faction neutrality and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We go both ways.
Everyone knows it.